This is for Positive Outcomes, Positive Discipline class with Glennie Hammersma and Shelley Richter. This is a demonstration of building group or classroom cohesiveness and involving students in developing strategies and ideas and being involved in the objectives for patient safety.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to PN 141 Clinical. I'm so glad you're all here this morning. This is a really wonderful clinical. We're going to be in the nursing home for this, and we're going to be taking care of residents who have a variety of healthcare needs. And one of the things we have to be really aware with these frail older adults is safety. It's just a huge concern, and I'm wondering what thoughts you have about trying to help provide safe care for the residents we'll be working with.
Will these residents have alarms, or are they going to be fall risks?
Pretty much everybody in the nursing home is a fall risk, and some of the people that are very high risk wear little alarms that have a string attached to them, and so if they try and lean forward or try and elope out of the facility, a big loud alarm goes off and it's like a big fire. We all just race to the scene to try and help keep them safe. So it'll be very much a part of what we're doing as a group.
Okay. Will we know all of the residents who have the alarm?
No, you won't know them all, but you will be responsible for keeping all of them safe, even though you don't know all of them. It's just part of that group process, being part of the team in the nursing home.
Okay, so we need to help other patients as well, not just ours.
Yeah, not just ours. If an alarm is going off, we dash down there and see why it's going off and what we can do to help keep them safe. So I'm wondering what thoughts you have about how the four of us can work together as a team to help keep these people safe.
Will any of these patients need to be transferred?
They may be,
Okay.
yes.
Well, if they're a fall risk, how would I do that?
Well, you would determine how they transfer by their care guide, and then always use a gate belt, and then you would turn off the alarm. If you would need another assistant to help them transfer, you would get that person, and then follow the things that we've learned in our assessment course as far as patient transfer.
Okay.
Great question. Thanks so much for bringing that to light and reminding us of some of the things we talked about in other classes.
Okay. Good.
Great. Thanks so much for helping to get this to be a team effort.
Absolutely.
Hi, Mr. Smith. I got you all set here now. Let me just finish listening to you now that we put you up here to sit. Good. Can you take some deep breaths for me? Good. I'm going to listen to your back a little bit. Nice deep breath. You're getting hungry? Okay. I'm going to leave you here then, and I'll go check on breakfast, okay? You're all set. Maybe I'll even get some medications ready beforehand. See you later.
Hi, Shelley.
Oh, hi, Glennie. I just left my patient. He's all ready, and I'm not gonna. He's getting hungry, so I'm gonna go check on breakfast and maybe get his meds ready and stuff. But I've already cleaned him up, and I just want to leave him sitting in his chair.
You're done with everything.
I'm all set with him. He should be all good to go. Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop in and say hi to him a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you? You're looking great this morning. Huh. Shelley left the tab alarm on the bed. The tab alarm actually has to be on the resident at all times because Mr. Smith is at fall risk. And if he falls, that would really be a problem. I better touch base with her and have a chance to see what her thoughts are on that. Hi, Shelley. Hi. I just was looking at Mr. Smith and checking on him, and the tab alarm was not on him. It was on the bed.
Oh dear. Did I leave it on the bed? I swore I put it on him.
You know, it was laying on the bed, and I just put it on him.
Oh, and he has to have it on, doesn't he?
He does all the time, yes.
Okay, well, I was pretty sure I did it. Maybe I forgot, or I wonder, maybe he took it off and put it there?
He is paralyzed on that right side of his body, so
Okay.
he can't move very well at
Okay.
all. And he's quite
Okay.
confused. That's actually the reason that
Okay.
he has a tab alarm.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about patient safety, resident safety when we were working together as a group at the start of clinical.
I remember that.
Yeah, can you tell me some of your thoughts about what do you think you could learn from this experience?
Well, I should probably have a checklist of all the things I need to do before that room, maybe. And one of them you said to always look at the care guide, what it said, or his care plan, and make sure, and if it said listed that we had to have a tab alarm on him, I should have made sure I had that on. If it was sitting on the bed, I should have maybe assessed the situation even before leaving and maybe looked at that too. So that's probably something else I should consider.
Very good. I
might
really
help.
appreciate your insights, and you're trying to take this situation and think about what you can learn from it.
Okay.
I know a lot of this stuff is new in this clinical, and I think you're on the right track.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All right.
All right, I'm getting ready for breakfast then.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. Smith, your alarm is going off. Let me help you a minute here. Wow, you do not look like you're feeling very well right now. Let me help you. I wonder where Shelley is. We had talked about this problem here. Okay, let me go find Shelley. The bed's up in the air too. That is not optimal at all.
Oh, hi, Glennie. I was just going to come in and check on Mr. Smith and see if he's ready for breakfast.
Shelley, I just walked in and the bed was in the upright position, up in the air. Mr. Smith was on his way out of the chair and his tab alarm was going off, and
I
the
didn't
tab
leave it
alarm
like that.
was not on him, it was on the bed.
I didn't leave him like that. I know I put the bed down. I didn't do that.
Shelley, I need some
You're
time.
always picking on me. I feel
to
like you're
process
always
this.
calling
Shelley?
out me. Last week I had a problem.
Shelley, I need time to process. This is a serious event. That patient could have been seriously injured. I need some time to process. Please meet me.
I want to talk about this right now. I didn't do this.
I will talk with you in 20 minutes. Meet me at the desk.
Oh. Okay. I'm here.
Hi, Shelley.
Hello.
We need to talk about the event that happened a little while ago with your resident.
Okay.
There were a number of things that were very concerning about that situation. If you remember, we had spoken in the class in clinical about resident safety, and we had talked about the things as a group that we were going to work on. In addition to that, we had these clinical objectives, and in order to be successful in this clinical situation, you have to have satisfactory in all of these. And we use this unsafe, non-life-threatening clinical practice document to help this make sense and to give you an opportunity to review what happened and determine how to avoid having it happen again, and to make it a learning experience. Certainly, things happen to all of us where we make clinical decisions that we think in hindsight would be better handled a different way, but our goal is to keep people safe. And in this situation, some of the things that were a problem were the clinical decision making, the way that care was managed, and also professional behavior. When I pointed out the situation to you, I have to say that I felt a bit attacked at that particular time. So what I've done here is explained what happened. I explained the background, that we had determined we were going to keep residents safe, keep tab alarms on, keep the bed in the low position at all times, and not leave residents who are confused unattended where they could have injury. And so my assessment is that indeed those particular areas were not met satisfactorily. And my recommendation is that from now on, in all future clinical experiences, these areas of safety are maintained. And in addition to that, I have this particular form, we call it an incident report, and it gives you an opportunity to go through and look through and kind of analyze what happened, what you think led into it. And I'd like you to turn that in to me tomorrow morning before we start clinical.
Okay.
Do you have any questions now?
I've just had lots of things going on at home, and there's been a lot of stress going on. And I think that's really adding to it. I want to apologize. I shouldn't have reacted that way. I'm afraid that I'm not doing well in here, and I want to do well, and there's so many other things going on right now in my life that it's making it hard for me to focus.
I'm sorry. Nursing education really, really is difficult, and it takes so much of your whole being as you try and navigate through this program. We do have a number of resources here at the college
Okay.
that might be of help to you, and I can give you some phone numbers
Okay.
and some contact people.
I need some help separating my home life and school.
Understood. That's
Okay.
I really admire the way you're navigating through this program, and you've shared before that you have a lot of things on your plate,
Yeah.
and it's not easy. We do have to meet these objectives,
Okay.
and
I
that's the
understand.
baseline, but we also want to empower you, and we want you to be successful. So let me work on getting some of that contact information for you.
Okay, and I'll write up my sheet.
Wonderful. Thanks, Shelley.
All right. See ya.
Goodbye.
We're just going to take a minute to share what we felt we were trying to portray in this last video. So one of the first things we started out with was trying to build some group cohesiveness. We took our clinical group together, or the class together, and we talked a little bit about what the expectations were in the clinical setting, what the objectives of the course were, kind of created a safe environment before going into an environment where we might be somewhat uncomfortable. Talked about how we could do some teamwork together or some strategies for remembering things. So in the beginning, they're just trying to build some group cohesiveness.
Letting the students know what we're looking for so that there wouldn't be surprises where suddenly they would feel unprepared.
Right. In the second part, where the first error was made in leaving the bed alarm off, or the chair alarm off the patient, it wasn't punitive. When I left, or I as the student left it off, the instructor came in, reminded me of the objectives of the course, our responsibilities towards patient safety. I talked about, with her help of coming up with some ideas of how I might remember to do that. She kind of put that responsibility on me and how I might come up with some strategies for remembering to do it next time.
Carrying over that cohesiveness that we had tried to establish later, trying to have it so it would not feel like a punitive environment where suddenly the student would be so frightened that they would be almost paralyzed and not able to learn.